What advice would you give to emerging theatre makers, no matter what their age?
No matter what the age, number one, don't be a dick. Like, seriously, that is like top rule. It doesn't matter, like, we work really long hours, and yes, we make pieces of art that goes in front of people. And so sometimes there's fear that can be attached to that, like you care what people think about it. I try not to these days, but you can't help it sometimes. But it doesn't mean that along the process that we have to be like unkind to one another or the people that you meet. I think it doesn't have to be a traumatic experience, and I've worked with artists who've had that, and I find that so bizarre that we can just have a really welcoming, open, honest space with kindness in it. Like, it doesn't have to be full of people like ego and being a dick. Just to get anywhere, you don't have to be a dick, I don't think. So number one, don't be a dick. And then I think fortunately things are changing, but we're still in an industry that people have some keys. And I remember when I first started that, like, I was waiting for someone to give me those keys. That's not always going to happen. So, like, being bold to try and find ways to make that work yourself. And that is harder in today's current, like, climate in terms of money and funding. But I think we can, like, find your tribe as well. That's another point. But to make that work, I think we can think a bit more outside the boxes in terms of the spaces that this work can come in, especially the type of work that we're talking about, like to be a theatre maker, and the cross art forms and the way things are evolving with that. Like, we don't always have to, it's nice being at the Royal Court, but it doesn't always have to be in those kind of spaces that we can be above pubs. Do you know what I mean? We can find, we can claim different spaces to make work in. So I think any space is up for grabs, actually. And so I think it's about thinking outside the box about where this stuff can take place, as well as, yeah, like I mentioned, like finding your tribe, like finding your people. That's, like, I was very fortunate that I started off in Oval House Youth Theatre, and there's a crew of humans there that, like, I value them so much in terms of the support they give me as an artist, that I know I can call them up at any point, and they come and see the shows and we can interrogate it and talk about it. I know, like, last night you had some of your nearest and dearest ins, and I think if I didn't have that tribe, I don't think I'd be have the courage to experiment or do the things that we do. So I think it's that's really important. I'm a mentor for Open Door. Open Door is a charity that works with people from low income families and supports them to get into drama school. And seeing those cohorts of young people come together as they're about to go into drama school, then realising you sound like me, you come from a world that I know, means that when they step into those buildings now, they don't feel alone. And so I really feel the importance of finding your tribe, and like, so you're able to do the thing, like, to make the work is really important, because otherwise for years I felt a bit like an imposter, if that makes sense. So, like, I'd walk into spaces and not feeling I belonged there because I didn't really see anyone that sounded like me, or do you know what I mean? So when you find those people, like, hold on to them, do you know what I mean? You're one of those people. I'm holding on to you. So yeah, that's my advice. What about you? Do you?
All of that. Don't be a dick. Yeah, everything she said. And yeah, just in terms of, I've had loads of experiences where people have been dicks, and it's enough to make you, like, not want to do it anymore, because no one's doing it for the money. So, like, you're doing it because you want to create something, you want to, like, put that love that you have for that thing into a piece of work or whatever, and to come and, like, make that thing be negative and traumatic is just, yeah, also crazy to me. So this, like, has been absolutely amazing, the fact that everyone has just been so dick-like. Also in terms of, yeah, taking over spaces, that's exactly what I did for years. Just, like, nobody wanted to put on my work, and I wasn't really willing to work with them to get it to the point that they thought it needed to be to put it on, because I just wanted to do it how I wanted to do it. And so that meant, yeah, just, like, I was lucky in a way because I worked in nightclubs and stuff, so I had contacts with, like, empty bar basements and things like that, and that's just what I did for years, and just, like, host parties and get the money to put that on and all of that crazy stuff. But you know, I think people have so much more resources than they think they do. Everybody has like someone that will help them with something, and you just bring all those people in. They don't have to be theatre people. They don't have to be people that like even care about the arts. Like, people will want to get involved, and you're their friend. Like, why wouldn't they help you? You would help them for something they want to do. And so it's really just, I think, being like very solid that is what you want to do, and that you're asking for somebody's help, and but not being annoyed with them if they can't help you, but just like being open with that, and just pull in like the love of the people that you have around you to help you make the things that you need to make without people who don't love you, basically wanting something from you. And I think that if you're able to ground yourself in what it is that you are about, by the time you get to those other people, because you will, you won't lose that thing. Whereas if you go too soon to those people without grounding yourself, then they will just distill it to a point that you don't know anymore.
Also, one more thing. I got one more thing. And also, like, make your own rules. Some organisations and some buildings and some places might have a way that they think they want to do things, and they'll have schemes for like emerging theatre makers to come and like assist people and stuff like that. But like, I don't think I listened to any of that and just kind of went straight to the people that I kind of wanted to talk to, and like I didn't have that handbook. So it's kind of like, rather than fearing and trying to fit into like systems and how they do it, like kind of do it the way that you want to do it and navigate your way through it, right?
Definitely.
And it might take you longer, like I definitely think it might take you a bit longer if you're not ticking the boxes, but I feel more content as an artist in the road that I've navigated, do you know what I mean?
Definitely.
So I think it's creating your own rules as well.
You have to, because ultimately, if you are someone who exists in a society that does not put you anywhere near the top of its triangle, those rules are not made to accommodate you, your stories, your experiences, and even though people are trying to make that happen, it is still the old rules, and so you have to make your own ones if you want to make your own story feel like it is really that.
Yeah. Sick. Absolutely queen, love you too, man.